Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Crystal Palace guys, at home at Old Trafford guys, where we saw Manchester United lose 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Yet again we have lost, and it's Man United's worst start in 34 years. Just says everything, to be honest. We're struggling for form, struggling to score goals. It says it all about it at the end of the day. But anyway guys, we made 4 changes for the last game against Burnley. Talking about starting 11, so we started with Onana, Dalot, Varane, Lindelof, Amrabat, Casemiro, Mount, Pellistri, Fernandes, Rashford and Højlund. Getting into the overall reaction now. Man United's worst start in 34 years. Typical Man United, weekend ruiners, spineless, embarrassing, not good enough. Sort yourselves out. It's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. No backbone. We deserve to lose. We look clueless. We didn't find a way to win. It was a good start for United as well. Having a lot of possession on the front foot, putting the pressure on. Højlund had a good chance. United give away a free kick. Guehi had half a chance. United taking control. United having to stay patient. United were playing too slow, which allowed Palace to be organised. We were giving away too many set plays at the time. We needed to stay composed. Palace score for 1-0. Shit defending, also on a set play. United looking for a response and a reaction. Casemiro had a big chance. Casemiro finding himself into some good positions. Casemiro had another big chance on a corner. Yet again, we had it all under control. A lot of possession and no end product. United up the intensity and tempo. United just can't anticipate. First half was disappointing. United need to score and get an equaliser. Ten Hag will want to see a reaction and a response. Palace will look to counter-attack us and defend the lead. United playing with a bit more urgency. United on the front foot. United just can't unlock Palace's defensive unit. United creating some good chances. United having some opportunities. United all around Palace. Johnston making big saves and big moments to keep Palace in the game. United in around the box. United just can't penetrate. Palace having to give up possession. Palace are organised. Palace are frustrating United. United struggling to break them down. United have huffed and puffed. Ten Hag made changes. United up the intensity and tempo. Palace playing with a low block. United just look clueless. We're just too slow moving the ball. Ten Hag made a few more personal changes. Ten Hag changed the formation towards the end of the game. United tried to go for it at the end, but we didn't do enough. We deserved to lose. We got what we deserved. It is what it is. We move on. First half was disappointing, second half not good enough, or overall embarrassing performance. Anyway guys, what did I make of the performance? I think overall it was an embarrassing, awful, shocking and not good enough and abysmal performance, to be honest with you. I think yet again, to be honest with you, first off by saying this is just typical Manchester United. I was at the game in the Carabao Cup last Tuesday. Manchester United went and beat Crystal Palace 3-0. Goes to show of how much of a difference it makes within 4 days, to be honest. Palace against us in the Carabao Cup were terrible. Didn't match us in terms of physicality. They were not at it. Palace were not at the races last Tuesday. But when it really matters and when it mattered on Saturday with the 3 points, which we knew that we had to follow it up with another win against Palace as well. It's typical Manchester United in a way because we've beaten them in the Carabao Cup and we didn't follow it up with another win in the Premier League by getting the 3 points. So we've gone into that thinking, it's only Palace. We won this 3-0 on Tuesday night. We might get away with this game tonight. Obviously the mentality all completely wrong in this one against Palace yet again, thinking that we get away with it. But we didn't. It's typical Manchester United, like I just said then. It's typical United in a way because we've gone into that game thinking the win was in the bag, overconfident. We thought we'd get a little bit of luck and maybe something will happen on our side, but no. Palace punished us with a great finish, with a great goal, and United were just not good enough in the game yet again. Awful, embarrassing, abysmal. I mean, we had chances, but we also had opportunities as well. At the same time, didn't do enough to win. It's obviously disappointing, annoying, frustrating yet again to lose. I think it's disappointing in a way that we're now losing at home. I even said coming into this game that we've got to win these sort of games to get top 4. Struggling ourselves. If we're starting to lose at home now, we're definitely struggling for form. We made Old Trafford a fortress last season and now we're just getting beaten left, right and centre, week in, week out, game by game. It's just going from bad to worse. We're not learning. This is exactly what's happening to us right now as well. We got what we deserved. Obviously their goal was a good free kick. No one shows the desire or the determination to really close down the ball from coming in, and Anderson just scores a great goal for 1-0. Onana can't do anything about it. Just shit defending, ball watching. That's what you get at the end of the day. Getting into the game now, I thought first half it kicked off. To be honest, I thought we had a good start. We had a lot of possession on the front foot. We put the pressure on as well. Højlund had a great chance as well, off the line by Mitchell. And then, I think it was a bit I think it was. I mean, it was quite competitive in a way. It was maybe a bit more tight and tactical in this game. To be honest with you, I thought Palace obviously gave us more of a game in this one, definitely for sure. They didn't give us a game on Tuesday night, but obviously they definitely had to switch it on themselves in this game. But United give away a free kick, and Guehi had a half a chance as well. Obviously United again had a great 20-25 minutes, took control, having to stay patient. We were playing two, but then I think and then obviously I think this is where it went a little bit wrong for United, because I think we were playing too slow on the ball, which allowed Palace to get back into position, and which allowed them to be organised as well and got everyone back behind the ball. And I think we were just giving away a few too many set plays at the time. We need to stay composed. And that was when we just conceded on that set play. Shit defending, ball watching, easily avoidable. Yet again, another goal that's easily avoidable. And then you're sort of saying, can we get a response and a reaction from the players? Obviously, Casemiro had a big chance. Obviously, great save by Johnson. Casemiro was finding himself into good positions. I thought there were some good passages of play. But I think, Casemiro had another big chance on a corner. Yet again, we just had it all in control, a lot of possession and just no end product. But yeah, I mean, all around them and you don't score a goal and you lack a goal. We up the intensity and the tempo. We up the urgency about ourselves. And United just can't anticipate, and we just couldn't penetrate as well. And I think, some of the balls in the first half, I think we couldn't get in the right channels as well. And that's what has sort of let us down as well in this game in the first half. So I think first half was disappointing. Second half, we had to make sure we had to score an equaliser. Ten Hag will wanted to see a reaction and a response. Palace will look to counter-attack us and just defend the lead, which they did. And then, United were having to play with a bit more urgency about ourselves on the front foot. United just couldn't unlock Palace's defensive unit. Obviously, Palace were defensively solid, kept it tight and compact at the back, and were frustrating United as well. United created some good chances, having some good opportunities. We were all around Palace. United were making some good chances, but we were just not taking our chances. We were not clinical. We couldn't convert our chances, and that was when Johnson was just making some big saves in big moments to keep Palace into the game. United were in around the box. United just couldn't penetrate as well, those areas. But Palace were sort of like happy to give up possession in a way, and they were just happy to give up possession, sit back, defend more than ever that they had to do, run more than ever that they had to do as well. Palace were organised. They were frustrating United as well, but United struggled to break them down. We couldn't break this Palace team down, and I think that was due to the fact that they're playing with a low block, and United were just like sort of running out of ideas towards the end of the game. We huffed and puffed. Ten Hag made changes. Obviously they made an impact coming off the bench. We upped the tempo and the intensity yet again. You could tell that they were playing with a low block and they were just trying to seal out a 1-0 win, Palace as well, because they knew coming to Old Trafford was going to be a tough place to come to get the 3 points. So, and especially with the fans right behind this United team as well. So, but then United just looked clueless. I think we didn't know what we were doing. We lacked out of ideas. We tried everything that we could. Tried to stretch them out, tried to play with a little bit more width, drilled some good crosses into the box. No one couldn't get on the end of them as well. But yeah, again, I think we were just moving far too slow on the ball, which just allowed them to get back into position, and obviously just allowed them to be organised and got men behind the ball. And then obviously Ten Hag made a few more personnel changes as well. And that was when we were trying to go for it then. Maguire was going high up the pitch. 3 at the back had been changed as well. So we changed in formation as well. And went to 3 at the back, tried to go with something different. But, to try to go for it at the end. But we didn't do enough, unfortunately. And we deserved to lose. We got what we deserved at the end of the day. And I mean, there's just no words for it at the end of the day. And it's just becoming a regular thing now for United. Poor starts the season, struggling for form, struggling to score goals, low on confidence at the minute as well. So we can't find it at this minute in time. And we'll take a step forward and then it's like we take 3 steps back. So disappointing, not good enough, but it's embarrassing and just not good enough at the end of the day. Overall, it's embarrassing, a 1-0 defeat. It's typical Man United. Win on a Tuesday night against Palace in the Carabao Cup. Palace didn't take it serious, but when it mattered, which was the 3 points, United just looked clueless. We didn't have a clue what we were doing. It's just disappointing, annoying and frustrating. Definitely not good enough on United's behalf. We've got to be better than this. I even said coming into this game that this is a must-win, must 3 points. Couldn't afford to drop points as well. I even said if you want to get top 4, got to be beating the lesser teams like Crystal Palace as well. It's typical Man United in a way. We performed really well. We played some of our best stuff against Palace on Tuesday night in the Carabao Cup. Maybe we were thinking we're defending it. We had to make sure we had to get through to the next round in the Carabao Cup, but then it's when it really matters. That was the big question that we had to answer. Can we go and beat Palace and follow it up with another win on Saturday against Palace? When it really mattered, taking the 3 points. Palace were delighted to take the 3 points more than progressing into the Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup's not on their minds as well. It was a distraction for them, so they knew in a way that we're pretty much asking Man United to get knocked out on Tuesday night. A Man United thing, typical United, we win on Tuesday night and we just don't follow it up with another win. Fans have been asking for that. We've been asking for consistency. We take a step forward and then it's like 3 steps back. We've now lost back-to-back games at Old Trafford in the Premier League. It's just not good enough. Just no backbone, no spine in the team at the minute, and we're just lost for words. Bitterly disappointing, annoying, frustrating for everyone. Boos from the fans as well, which is obviously understandable. It's going back to us. It's not good enough. We're not learning from our mistakes. This is just happening to us. You can't believe what you're watching at the minute as well. Shit defending's costing us these goals at the minute. We're on -4 goal difference at the minute as well. Not good. We're not going in the right direction. We're going backwards at the minute. We're not going forwards. We're fighting with bloody relegation at this rate, but I know we're not. More at the bottom than the top at the minute. We're a long way off. Nowhere near our standards at the minute. We all expected this at the start of the season with all these poor performances. We're just not good enough. Becoming a new thing for us that we were losing these games, lacking ideas, and we just don't know what we're doing and we look clueless. Got nothing much more to say about it at the end of the day. Should United have got awarded a penalty? Definitely, I think we should have got awarded 2 penalties in this game, to be honest. I think that would have probably salvaged a draw at the end of the day, even though a draw wouldn't have been good enough. I think definitely we should have got a penalty. I think that one on Joel Ward, definitely handball, changes direction. I don't know how VAR's not given that as well. The referee should be looking at that as well, Chris Kavanagh. I don't know how he's not gone to his monitor as well. The first one's more clear than the second one, but at least we should have got awarded a penalty in this one. Definitely we should have had a penalty in this game. Go our way. You would probably be thinking, can any luck go our way? No luck in this game yet again. VAR's let us down. It's broken. It says everything about it at this moment in stage. Just disappointing as well. Football is all about winning and getting results, but is Erik ten Hag under pressure? He'll be feeling it, definitely for sure. I think fans will be out there maybe asking the question, is he under pressure at this moment in stage? It's his second season in charge. Obviously, he is going to be under massive pressure to deliver yet again this season. We have to win a trophy and get top 4 yet again. He will be feeling that pressure, definitely for sure. We all know he's under pressure this season. Football's all about winning and getting the results, and they're not going our way. We're not getting results at this moment in stage, but it doesn't mean you have to go against Ten Hag. Obviously, the last couple of games have let us down in terms of individual errors. Some players in Dreamland are in Cuckoo Land, ball watching, and just not doing the jobs at this moment in stage. I'll tell you what, these players are going to put him under, going to throw him under the bus, and he will end up getting the sack if they're not careful, these players. He will be feeling the pressure, definitely for sure, but he knows that we have to take it game by game. The mentality is not right in some of these games. We need to start cutting out our own mistakes. We're conceding far too many goals at this moment in stage. 4 to Bayern Munich, 3 to Brighton, 3 to Arsenal, 2 to Tottenham. We're already vulnerable at the back. We're already nervous at the back, very fragile at the back. Can't trust his defence at this moment in stage, but he will be under pressure and he will be feeling it. At the same time, I do want to say myself, I will always back this manager. I will say he will be under pressure at this moment in stage, but also at the same time, he may not be. And I know he will be given time due to the fact that of bringing 7 players in the window, he's got all of his players that he wanted, but then he's got players playing out of position. Amrabat playing as a left back as well, and he's got players injured as well, which is not helping at the same time. But injuries is part of football. You have to get on with it. Prepare without those players which are struggling for form. This is what happens when you struggle for form, and when you're not getting results, the manager's under pressure, and then they take a decision to obviously sack him. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope they continue to back him the board, but he will be feeling the pressure, and he needs to get some wins under his belt to take that pressure. We'll need to win against Brentford on the weekend to sort of take off a little bit of that pressure, and also to win before the international break as well. Who is my man of the match? I struggle to find one, to be honest, at the end of the day. I think Onana had an okay game. I would say he probably didn't have much to do, but he did concede another goal yet again. Delo, I thought he was okay. Varane, thought he was okay. Lindelof obviously came off. Well, both centre-backs came off. I think Lindelof was okay. Amrabat, not too bad. I thought Casemiro was okay. Good, maybe. Mount was okay. I thought Rashford was poor. Thought Fernandes, he went into hiding a little bit, didn't have a great game. Pellistri, okay. Højlund, okay. I struggle to find one. I can't really give you one at the end of the day. It's just really tough. In a bitterly disappointing defeat. In this one, I can't find a player that played well, to be honest. Maybe Casemiro. I struggle to find one at the end of the day. How do we beat Brentford now? Obviously, we've got Brentford in our next fixture on the weekend, just before the international break. I think both teams will be looking to end it with a win just before the international break as well. Both teams are struggling for form at this moment in stage. Both teams are low on confidence. Brentford have only got 1 win in 7 games. United have only got 3 out of 7. We're both on low on confidence. We'll be both there for the taking as well. And we're both not scoring many goals as well. I think this is going to be a tough game. Yeah, again for Man United, it's going to be another tough afternoon. I think it's going to be more of a tight tactical game. I think it's all down to whoever takes that chance and scores that chance, and who has that little bit more quality. Probably go on and win this game. Tough game against Brentford. It's never easy against Brentford. I mean, I remember last season we played a very good game. Narrowly won it 1-0. Fine margins as well. I think when both teams are sort of struggling, you don't see much in it. It's going to be a tough game with Brentford. We know what they're all about. Got some good quality players. Obviously, they're struggling with injuries at this moment in stage. I think Brentford's not going to be easy. They've got a fantastic manager in Thomas Frank. It's not helping them with their injuries, being out injured as well. Obviously, they're very low on players at the minute as well. They're having to deal with the players that they've got right now. United need to win this game. It's a must win. We need to get the 3 points without a doubt. Brentford are an awkward team to play against. We've got to be ready for a game like this against Brentford. We need to prepare well for a game like this. We have to be mentally ready for a game like this. We have to get the mindset ready for this game against Brentford. I think it's going to be a physical game, so we're going to have to be physically ready for a game against Brentford. It's worrying for United in a way, because Brentford would have seen United play midweek. Obviously, with United now taking another loss to Galatasaray, they're just going to expose United. Obviously, we just have to get tight at the back ourselves. As soon as we can get tight at the back, be more tight and compact ourselves, defensively be better as well ourselves as a defensive unit, and defend well as a team, I think then we can sort of take the positives and build on it. So at the end of the day, we're going into a great team against Brentford, where we need to win this game on the weekend. Obviously, both teams will want to win, but both teams need a win as well. So it's all down to who wants it more. And yeah, I think it's all about, we've got to turn up here, we've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes, and we've got to be ready against Brentford, definitely for sure. But Brentford are struggling for form. They've only took 1 win in 7 games. They're low on confidence, but I think they'll be there for the taking. They've got injuries. They're not scoring many goals, but they are an awkward team. They're the draw specialists as well. But they'll push us around, they'll pull us around, they'll play proactive football. They'll play with initiative, they'll play attacking football. They're very clever, intelligent, and they'll put the ball into dangerous areas. They'll try to win in every department. They'll try to outclass you, outpass you. Tight and compact. It'll be tight and tactical game. They'll be well organised, well coached, well drilled. They'll show the work rate and the work ethic of the ball. They'll show incredible team spirit, character and fight. A threat on set pieces. They'll bring the energy, the high intensity, the high tempo. They'll be aggressive. Try to be rampant, ruthless, very direct, be brave. They'll take risks. Skillful side, they'll look to defend well. They'll make it difficult to play through them. They'll frustrate teams. They're very physical. They'll make runs in from behind. They'll give it everything that they've got. They'll get between the lines, cause us problems, and they'll like to come forward as well. But United have got to defend properly. Defensively, we need to be organised. Got to keep it tight and compact. Defensively, frustrate them. Need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take your chances. We've got to be clinical. Get the crosses into the box, drive them out possession, be brave, take risks, set pieces will come into play. We need to play with width, get in between the lines. Got to close them down, don't let them get back in the game. Don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character and fight. We've got to do the basics right. Game management, decision-making will be vital. We've got to get tight, don't let them get a shot off, sustain your attacks. Do the basics, win your 50-50s, win your second balls and win your duels. Put them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let their wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Keep the runs, make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled up. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive. Keep Wizard and Burmu quiet. Anyway, guys, getting into the stats now. Possession from Man United, it was 77.1%. For Crystal Palace, it was 22.9%. Goals for Man United, it was 0. For Crystal Palace, it was 1. Total shots for Man United, it was 19. And for Palace, it was 8. Shots on target for Man United, it was 4. Crystal Palace, it was 2. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 21.1%. And for Crystal Palace, it was 25%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 15. And for Crystal Palace, it was 5. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 4. And for Crystal Palace, it was 3. Total passes for Man United, it was 471 passes. For Crystal Palace, it was 221 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United, it was 88.1%. For Crystal Palace, it was 67%. Getting into the substitutions now, Palestri went off for Garnacho, talking about Facaldo's performance. His 4th start for United and 1st in the league. He's still more useful as a substitute than a starter. Made way on the hour. That went off for Martial, talking about Mason's performance. Had some bright moments in the first half, but his influence waned after Anderson scored. Missed a great-headed chance from Delos's cross. Rashford went off for Ericsson, talking about Marcus' performance. Erratic again. The crowd groaned at his wastefulness more than once. So poor, he was moved to the right to accommodate Alejandro Garnacho. Varane went off for Maguire, talking about Raphael's performance. One of the few respectable performers in the first half and defended vigilantly when called upon. Did little wrong. Lindelof went off for Van der Beek, talking about Victor's performance. Still off it and his form could let Harry Maguire back in the side. Did not relish any of the physical duels. Next up, we've got Brentford. Brentford are 14th in the league. Look, it's just what I said before. I think this is two teams that are searching for wins at the moment. Two teams that want to definitely end it on a high just before the international break. But it's more, United need to win this more. It's a must win. We have to get 3 points here against Brentford. We know that Brentford are a very good side. They've got a lot of quality in their team. Got a brilliant manager in Thomas Frank as well. Obviously, they're struggling at the moment themselves. Brentford, obviously, with their injuries at the moment in stage, which is not helping them at this moment in stage, but they're struggling for form. They've only got 1 win in 7 games. They're low on confidence, but I do think they'll be there for the taking, Brentford. And they're not scoring many goals. They've scored about 10 goals in about 7 games. It's okay, scoring more than us, but at the end of the day, they're still not scoring loads of goals at the end of the day. This Brentford team, they are going to be there for the taking. Yes, they do set out with a 3 at the back. They let their players, wing backs, but he's been having to force to go to a 4 at the back now due to the fact that with no Rico Henry as well, who's got a lengthy long-term injury. These injuries have sort of really affected this Brentford team. The loss of Ivan Toney's not really helped them in a way with his ban as well. Brentford, I think they'll be okay this season, but I think this is a game for Manchester United to look to bounce back. We can't afford to yet again lose another game against Brentford. Can't let it happen. Lose this again against Brentford. It would have been 3 losses in a row at home. We're in turmoil at the minute. It's going bad to us for Manchester United, and we're just not learning from our mistakes in this moment and stage. As soon as we do, hopefully we'll get somewhere. Against Brentford, it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be tight and tactical. I think it's going to be competitive. Both sides are going to have the chances. I think it's all going to be down to who takes that chance and who's going to be clinical and who takes the chances on the day. I think it's going to be a tough afternoon. It's all about whoever has that better quality on Saturday is going to win this game. and we have to make sure it's on United's side. It's all down to what United do. We need to go with the right game plan. We need to prepare well for a game like this, not only just mentally but physically as well. Got to be ready for a game like this as well. We've got to go with the right mindset and the right mentality against Brentford. Not an easy team to go up against. They're an awkward side. They're going to pull us around, push us around. For a long afternoon, United do have a good start, get on the front foot, play with the energy, play with high intensity, high tempo. Hopefully we'll take the game to them a little bit more. Maybe a mistake. We've got to try and punish them as well. It's not going to be easy against Brentford. I know that for a fact. I think it's all going to be down to who brings that quality. About got to turn up to this game as well. Have to perform well for a full 90 minutes here as well. It'd be nice to keep a clean sheet for once as well. It's all going to be down to who will bring the energy, the high intensity, the high tempo, be aggressive, got to be rampant, got to be ruthless. I think we've got to change it up a little bit more, and we've got to be a bit more direct against this Brentford team as well. We've got to take more risks in this game as well, and we've got to take the game to them a little bit more. In a game like this against Brentford, it's going to be more tight, it's going to be more tactical. I think it's all going to be down to whoever has that piece of quality will take it, and we'll go on to win this game. It's all about, we've got to stay switched on defensively. We can't afford to make a mistake, so we have to be ready ourselves. It's going to be a long afternoon. We're going to have to lock ourselves in and be ready for this game. We have to stay switched on at all times. We've got to stay concentrated and stay focused. We can't leave our little holes, defensive back lines. They'll just go exploit our weaknesses, and they'll just go and punish us, and they'll just go and do it, and they'll keep doing it until it goes to shit. We're going to have to be ready ourselves from start to finish, and we've got to be ready for this game, but we have to play with courage, intent, conviction. Got to turn up. Brentford are scoring 1.4 goals per game. Brentford are conceded 1.4 goals per game. Brentford are struggling for 4 with 1 win in 7. They'll look to give it everything that they've got. Brentford have won 1, drawn 4, and they've lost 2. They've lost to Newcastle 1-0 and Everton 3-1. The players to look out for is Falcon, Hickney, Pinnock, Jorgensen, Ayer, Collins, Norgard, Jensen, Wizzer, Onyenka, and Bermu, Yenelt, Mope, Gondos, and Lewis Potter. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.